Welcome back to Week 7 of the North American Summer Split. As we gear up for our next match, Team Impulse versus Team Dignitas, we're going to take a closer look at Tip's jungler Rush and his journey from the top of Korean solo queue to the big stage here in North America.
리그 오브 레전드를 제대로 시작한 거는 얼마 되지 않았어요. 왜냐면 저는 일단은 공부 먼저 하고 프로가 되길 선택한 거라. 작년에 한국에 있는 고려대학교에 진학했고 프로를 하고 싶은데 부모님께 실망을 안겨드리기 싫고 뭔가 대학교는 가야 되겠다는 생각이 있어가지고 사실 저한테 우선순위는 학교보다는 게임이었어요. 시즌4 때도 초반부 잠깐 하다가 제대로 시작한 거는 8월 말부터인데 3-4달 만에 1등을 찍으면서 나는 어느 정도 잠재성이나 가능성이 있고 비록 솔로 큐지만 정말 열심히 한다면은 못 이길 선수는 없구나라는 자신감을 얻었고 그런 거에 대해서 막 되게 자부심 느끼고 그랬었는데 어쨌든 그 1등이라는 성적 때문에 중국, 유럽, 북미, 한국 거의 모든 지역에서 팀에 들어오라는 콜을 받을 수 있었어요. 9월쯤에 SKT가 거의 한국 모든 챌린저 전 포지션 대상으로 선수를 새로 뽑겠다는 공지를 했었고 모든 아마추어 선수들이 지원을 했고 결국 그런 서바이벌 방식의 그 테스트를 통해서 각 포지션별로 한두 명의 선수들이 남고 SKT 숙소까지 실제로 들어갔었는데 그 선수들이 탑은 훈이랑 스맵이었는데 훈이는 결국 푸나틱이랑 계약해서 푸나틱 갔고 정글은 레이노버랑 저였고 그 미드는 지금 SKT1 스카우트 그 다음에 원딜은 퓨리 그 다음에 서포터는 피카부였는데 한 일주일 정도 거기 있다 보니까 SKT에서 생각하기에는 자기 팀에 정말 필요한 사람은 피카부밖에 없다고 생각하고 나머지는 탈락했었는데 저도 계속 팀을 찾으면서 솔로키 하던 과정에 가장 빠르게 저한테 제의를 넣은 팀이 어떻게 보면 팀 임펄스였고 그냥 빠르게 계약해 버렸죠. 어떻게 보면.
Now this is a guy, he's coming from the top of Korean solo queue. There's a lot of weight on Rush's shoulders to see if he can actually come from solo queue as a jungler and translate that into competitive.
다른 정글러들은 들어가지 않는데 저는 2대2가 되더라도 2대2로 싸우면 무조건 이기는 거 아닌가 이런 약간 자신감이 있어요. 어쩔 때 보면 그런 걸 성공시키면 되게 잘해 보이고 만약 그 실패하면 정말 멍청해 보이거든요.
There's the knock-up gonna miss, but the death mark comes in. Boom, down he goes, but Rush still has aggro! And he Saint smites him, how's that?
다른 팀이 하는 픽을 잘 안 따라하는 경향이 있어요. 저희가 잘하는 챔프, 뭐 야수, 피즈, 리신 이런 거 약간 고집해서 좀 색달라 보이는 것 같아요. 저희 팀은 일단 리스크를 감수해야 하는 팀이에요. 어떻게 보면은 일단 저희 팀은 그냥 무난하게 지는 걸 되게 싫어해요. 수비적으로 있다가 그냥 그대로 넥서스 밀는 것보다는 한번 밖에 나가갖고 일단 싸우고 안 되겠다 싶으면 이제 그냥 지는 그런 걸 더 좋아하고.
Triple kill coming in for Rush, and it looks like they're trying to back up. Where's the ult from Trashy? Can he get the pentakill? Going in. Xiao's gonna take the turret for him. They're giving it. Salami. He goes in, and Xiao steals it on the accident.
첫 라운드 때는 저희가 강팀으로 분류되는 CLG, C9, 뭐 TSM 이런 팀한테 다 졌어요. 그 두 번째 시즌에는 강팀으로 분류되는 TSM, CLG, C9, 뭐 팀리크드 이런 팀 다 잡고 그 순간이 우리가 정말 연습 많이 해서 발전했구나 이렇게 느껴서 그때가 제일 좋았던 것 같아요. 다른 사람들이랑 같이 막 이렇게 부대 끼면서 막 같은 목표를 위해서 막 일하고 그런 경험이 없었는데 이번에 오면서 약간 서로 다른 문화적 배경 가진 5명이 더 잘하려고 노력하고 그런 과정 속에서 뭔가 배우는 것도 있고 그런 게 저를 좀 성장하도록 도와주는 것 같아요.
Just an incredible story, and I can speak to him as an individual, having had conversations with him. I always enjoy the thought that he puts into the way he interacts with other people. And I know that communication on their team is a big thing, and he is constantly talking about how for him, that's the thing he wants to focus on the most, is how is he going to communicate with his teammates and make them better.
Yeah, he's an extremely passionate person. He wouldn't have come over here and taken this opportunity if he wasn't. He's hardworking, and he throws his heart out onto the Rift every time that he gets a chance to do so. So I love Rush still. I still love this guy so much. And he puts his heart on his sleeve. Yep. But then when he goes on the field, you said he's always thoughtful about his interactions. It doesn't look like he puts a whole lot of thought into how he approaches the interactions in game, but they work sometimes. Exactly.
Instinct as a player. Well, it's been an up and down split for them so far, but it does look like they are on the upswing. So let's send it over to the guys on the caster desk to get us into the game.
Thank you very much, Dash. And guys, we are charging ahead to our final game of the day between Team Impulse and Team Dignitas. And Dignitas were going gangbusters. They were climbing all the way to first place, and the team lost 2 of the last 3 matches, and maybe they're losing a little bit of steam here.
Yeah, they definitely want to turn things around, and one player that could help them do that is Shifter. I mean, Shifter's been a slow starter this split, and he has the lowest CS difference between him and his opponent in the entire league at 10 minutes. But now he does have a bunch of new toys to play. With Runeglaive out, he's already broken out the Diana and the Ezreal in the mid lane. So I'm excited to see where he goes with that and what he does with these new tools, because he definitely does have the potential to rise in the standings of mid laners.
And we'll see how well he improves, because on the other side of the matchup, though, things have been trending actually quite well for Team Impulse. In practically every single week for the entire year, but every single week this split, they finished 1-1, except finally last week, they got a 2-0 week. They actually started climbing up in the standings. They beat a top team in CLG, and maybe the sky's the limit now.
Yeah, plus they showed that they can do more than just snowball an early lead. In their game against CLG, Impulse mounted a comeback thanks in part to Xiao building a mid-range Soul Stealer while he was down 0-2. However, throughout that split, TSM, they've been pointing to communication issues themselves, and they even publicly announced that they started looking for a new support, mainly to deal with that communication issue. So I have to see how that affects Adrian, as he's still on the team now, yet they've already announced that they're looking at other options that could speak Korean.
I mean, sometimes it spurs you to do better. Link had a really good start of the split when they're like, we're going to replace our mid laner with the same guy, and he had like a really good start, so maybe Adrian gets better. I know it's the language.
Start speaking Korean?
I realize like my point dies after you mention the second half of it, but maybe it works out for him. Maybe it spurns him to great things. Who knows? But either way, we're going to check out the starting lineups. And on the blue side is Team Impulse. In the top lane, Impact. In the jungle, Rush. We talked about him for 5 minutes already. Xiao in mid, Apollo and AD carry, and Adrian on support with Coach Fly.
And on the red side, it's Team Dignitas. Up top is Gamsu. In the jungle, Helios. Mid, Shifter. AD carry, Core JJ, and support Kiwi Kid. Elixia is going to be on stage with the boys today.
I don't think anything necessarily happened to Rico. My understanding is he's still with the team, but just for whatever reason, at least today or maybe this weekend, my Elixia is behind them. I don't think it'll affect them too terribly much.
He's been there before. He had a really good dance performance.
That's true. Maybe we'll see another one. I mean, he was pretty fly when he was dancing, so. We'll see what happens, though. We have begun with picks and bans here. Team Impulse going to remove the very common Rek'Sai from Helios, and we'll see what else Rush can carry with. His 2-time Nidalee from last week is now gone.
Interesting. Rek'Sai ban, huh? That is weird coming from Team Impulse. Maybe he wants to play Evelynn or something, because Rush has played Gragas, but it hasn't been one of his top priority champions. And if you ban Rek'Sai and leave Gragas up there, I think Helios would be happy to take the ladder.
Yeah, he's played it once this split to a win against Enemy Esports, and that was it for Gragas plays for the Impulse jungler, at least this split.
Yeah.
Prior could have been different, but we go through, taking plenty of time. Impulse using all 30 seconds to make that ban, and they actually banned the Gragas away themselves, so multiple junglers off the pool.
Yeah.
Nidalee, Rek'Sai, Gragas, and multiple top laners with Maokai and Ryze gone.
That's for Team Impulse, if you don't ban both of those, then the single ban doesn't make sense.
And they say Sivir. Alistair's on the field. A lot of other good things on the field. Sivir, the first pick for these guys with Kalista banned away. Team Fight Power is going to be here.
Yeah, and that's always a really big, steal from Core JJ and Dignitas. They've used it so often over the past couple of splits to great success. The Alistar, though, another iconic Dignitas champion here for Kiwi Kid, as that's what got them back into the LCS with multiple 4-man, 5-man combos from Kiwi Kid on the Alistar. So keep an eye open for the early roams from him. See if Core JJ picks a lane companion that will be able to control the lane long enough for them to buy an opening for that roam. Sivir's pretty hard to do that against because she shoves so easily.
Yeah, and on LAN also, spell shooting the combo is not too terribly hard, so we expect Apollo to be fairly safe overall. We'll see what Gamsu can do on that Rumble, though, and taking their time, Impulse to make their next 2 choices here. They can go really anywhere. You mentioned Evelyn being a likely pick for Rush. I would tend to agree, but maybe he's got himself some other plans.
Yeah, Lee Sin's always on the table.
That's true, and he clicks it. Lee Sin and maybe the Shen. Of course, Shen would be a flex pick here, and they're going to save Xiaowei Xiao's pick for later. Rush is going to play himself some Lee Sin. The smile from Elixir is like, all right.
Is this Shen another support Shen, or is this an impact Shen? I feel like this is going to be another support Shen, and they're just going to have Adrian on backup duty whenever Rush goes super deep to try and shield someone.
I do think Shen is very good into Rumble, though, with a Lee Sin. It's very easy to set up the ganks. Rumble has to be in melee range to do his job. So we talk about the Rush Impact duo synergy. I mean, it's still there. It's still very real. They're still great players, so Gamsu could get picked on here.
True. Impact has been trending more towards carry champion. He's played support like Lulu, and he's played tanks as well. Let's take a look at what he goes with here. Is that a...
you think it's a chance it's mid-Rumble?
I mean, yeah, exactly. Is that a Gamsu Jarvan? We'll see.
You always got to be afraid. I mean, Alistar really can only play support right now. His laning is pretty weak. His jungling is non-existent. So
it's definitely still a flex possibility here.
Yeah.
A Shifter could follow in Keen Shoes and take that Rumble mid.
Well, I wonder.
I'm still waiting for our North American Riven, because all the top laners say, "Oh, I'm just waiting to play it. I really want to play it," but my team never lets me because they're not in the meta or whatever. It's played in China. It's played in Korea. Come on, guys.
Yeah, she's already won a whole lot of games. I mean, it didn't stop Gravity from playing a bunch of mid Jarvan and beating TSMs.
Yeah, they're like, we'll play
it when we're late to the party.
We'll play Hecarim mid. We'll play anything except for Riven top. That's just too crazy.
Riven top is just too crazy. Well, it's ticking down. Maybe we get to see it here. It's Gnar. All right, support Shen it is. Mid lane Twisted Fate for Xiao Xiao. Yeah, a lot of globals, plus the teleport from Impact. So, Gnar into most likely Rumble.
This is actually the Twisted Fate that was talked up so heavily for Team Impulse.
Yeah.
Like
Spring
several,
playoffs.
Yeah, in the playoffs, and yet it kind of stumbled in the playoffs because he got countered really hard super early with a lot of mid lane attention. See how well he can pull it off this time, because the double globals combined with a Sivir is just a ridiculous amount of mobility for this Impulse team. They're gonna be all over the map at the same time. So,
all right. Well, Impulse are definitely going to catch some people. Actual team fight DPS low, but in terms of picking fights, stupid good at that. Taking the toss, are going to put Jarvan in the jungle. It was probably the most likely scenario once we saw him picked alongside Rumble, but there it is for sure. Mid lane Varus with Cleanse for Shifter. And we talk about the weakness of Smite Ezreal being you can't take Cleanse, so here you go. Cleanse Varus will be playing in the back line. It'll be a pretty easy wave clear battle between the two. And the question is who's got better mobility afterwards, and that's generally TF.
Yeah, all right, so they get that Jarvan Rumble combo, try and cook somebody up in the hot pot. They've got plenty of poke. They diversified their poke. They got the AD from Varus and AP from Corki. So well-rounded squad here from Dignitas, and it's basically going to be up to Impulse. Can they catch them across the map? They've got so many tools to do it with. This may be the most mobile composition that I've ever seen.
I don't think you can get much farther than that. That's, like...
I don't know who you could run in the top lane that would be more, but...
You're pretty much going to be crushing everyone.
Rek'Sai in the jungle. If that Lee Sin was Rek'Sai, then
you think actually you'd consider Rek'Sai more mobile? Because like ward hopping and stuff.
Yeah, just because of the ultimate.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that one. Either way, guys, we're going to be checking in on the fan vote once we're in the game to see how you guys think this match will go. So tweet at LOL Esports with the hashtag TIPWin or hashtag DIGWin if you think Team Impulse or Team Dignitas will win this one. We are here with Dink Memes in our 5th game of the day. Impulse only 2 games ahead right now of Team 8 for the playoff spot. Team Dignitas only 2 games behind first.
Yeah, this game is really crucial for Team Impulse. as Team 8, they just won the previous game we had, and they play tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if Team Impulse lose this game, 1 game behind.
Yeah, if
And they lose
yeah.
tomorrow, 1 game behind that 6th place spot, and that would be kicking them out of playoffs.
Exactly. They'd be 1-1 in the head-to-head, so it would just be Team 8 finding 1 more win to get that playoff spot that they desire. So Impulse can keep them at arm's bay by just winning a couple more games. We only have 6 to 5 games left for every team in the North American LCS here. Winding down towards the end of the summer split, the playoffs and the road to Worlds. Dignitas would sure like to be one of those teams again.
Yeah, Dignitas know that Impulse are somewhere in the jungle. They don't have eyes on them currently, but they're looking to surround them. Even though they know they're in here, it's very dangerous to go for this. All right, who's going to be the one guy to split off? Apollo? Oh. He knows he shouldn't do it. He knows he shouldn't do it.
Pulverize, flashes away, Ignite is on Apollo.
Somebody
still has heal.
Helios
Not going to
Helios
get caught out, but does he have the damage to kill him?
And if he gets an auto, okay, there's the heal.
Summon heal popped, and out they go. So, 2 summoners lost for TIP, 2 summoners lost for Dignitas. And we go back to this load, nothing happened.
Well, all in the bottom lane, and it is the AD carry who got chunked. So Apollo has to decide between recalling, which he stopped, or trying to go to lane with low health. It looks like he is going to go for the recall.
This is risky, though. Kiwikid's trying to invade without flash. All right.
Yeah, shouldn't be able to get much done there. All right, so nobody in a lane on the side lanes here for Impulse, as Apollo's going to be very late down there. Will, it looks like, have... Oh, no, it is pushing away from him as well, so he didn't even get the freeze. Or JJ just going to have a lead.
All right, so you mentioned small lead for Core JJ down to the, I guess, solo top lane for Team Dignitas here. Adrian running around just as Kiwikid is trying to do, see what Helios is up to, see that he's near the blue buff, but now actually getting a little bit pinched off. I don't know if he got spotted. Kiwikid gonna have the easy pulverize into the
he leveled up Q too. Adrian leveled up.
He has no dash?
Yeah, he leveled up Q in the level 1.
Flashes, gets the knockup, and Gamsu's here. Misses the harpoon, gets that one. That's gonna be first blood going over. Gamsu.
Very, very bad news for Adrian. They know they're looking for someone who speaks Korean. Rough early play there. Burns his flash in this bottom lane with only Ignite left for the Shen Sivir. Helios has got to have his eyes locked on that bottom lane. Because of that invade, though, they do have a ward on him, and we'll see him coming.
And they see him leaving. They see him go towards Wolves, so they're going to feel safe for now. Team Impulse, though, down to an early deficit. It seems like everyone on that team wants to make the big plays, take the risky moves, and sometimes they look smart, sometimes they look dumb. This one backfired, as it does sometimes frequently, sometimes a bit too often, and so the early lead for Dignitas should be fine. We match up Impact versus Core JJ with a 15-minion deficit. We'll see just how well this Gnar can lane up against the more technically advanced Yordle.
So far, so good for Core JJ. They're racking up this Corki. What they want to do is get Corki to level 6 as quickly as possible, and then abuse that laning power spike. The level 6 Corki rocket's coming in. Wherever you move him around, he's going to be a big presence for Team Dignitas.
Absolutely.
So they're very happy with the opening to this game. Even if it does mean Gamsu has to share with KiwiKid, because there are no summoners on the Impulse bottom lane, they can't abuse any sort of range matchup. This is a kill lane with Alistar. You really have to respect the jungle presence, because Jarvan has so many ways to gank a lane, and Alistar can set him up so well. Well, there's Jarvan there.
Yeah.
So,
but Rush is going to flash just to get into melee range. He's got the energy now to land a Q. Helios is flashless. Keep in mind, that invade, very suicidal. Gets killed for it. Rush, comeback kill. No assist for Impact. He missed the house.
all right, so Helios, they're going to make Adrian feel a little bit better about himself. Invade kill for invade kill. As Rush is able to find an early kill. That could be very bad for Dignitas.
It refreshes his red buff timer, I believe, so Rush will be able to boost scary for a long time.
Well, plus he's boosted to level 5. Level 5 Lee Sin versus a Jarvan in the jungle is just murder. So if Rush can sniff out Helios, then he will absolutely destroy him, and he doesn't have flash either. So
yeah, I take it back. No red buff on Rush, though.
Helios is going to have to play a lot more cautiously with any sort of ganks he does throw out.
Very true.
Maybe that makes this bottom lane for Impulse feel a bit more secure with themselves.
Yeah, they are playing a bit pushed up right now. Still no flash on Apollo, but all of Kiwi Kid's summoners are available. So a disparity here, and a flash pulverize is pretty hard to spell shield.
Or pulverize flash even harder.
Sure, yeah. You have to see him like slam the ground in the brush, and good luck with that one.
I love the way people do the cut off the animations with flash.
Yeah.
Try and do it whenever I remember, but it's just counterintuitive because I've been playing without doing that for so long.
Sure, yeah. And I mean, you talk about how you're supposed to, I guess, do Vi Q flashes and whatnot. We have to finish casting Q. There we go, Xiao Wei Xiao. Lands the gold card, chases on. House won't land. CoreJJ just walks away cleanly, burning a flash.
Yeah, solo lane Corki got everything that he wanted, though. He got level 6 out of the solo lane. So CoreJJ not too sad about having to go back after that gank now. And the first ultimate from Xiao Wei Xiao on Twisted Fate gets them only the flash off of champion with a built-in dash anyway.
And it allows actually Shifter to have a bit of a lane lead here. Was able to recall back for Tyrion Longsword a while ago, holding a small CS advantage over Xiao Wei Xiao in the meantime. There we go, nice spell shield in time. Apollo gonna stay okay, but Kiwi Kid in a trade with Adrian loses half his health.
Spam the heal, start chugging potions. Take a look. It looks like they just sent CoreJJ back up to the top.
Oh, he's got 6. Can't find the combo, though. Kiwi Kid could have stunned him under the turret, so nice try, but
yeah,
no game.
They gave it away here because Xiao Wei Xiao was also roaming down from the mid lane. So sometimes you don't want to overcommit resources there, and you know the mid laner just moving actually gives away Rush's gank. I believe, yeah, they just placed that ward. Yeah. Okay.
Ironic, the team with multiple languages is failing at nonverbal communication. The body language giving them away. Unfortunate here, but the laning phase so far is petering out to be about equal. Dignitas, actually their kill was worth twice as much because it was an assisted first blood, and that's exactly what the 300 gold is. So the laning phase itself, as far as minion farm is concerned, is basically identical. Advantages are mirrored elsewhere. Top lane is almost the same, 80 carries close by. And we have ourselves a close game, but both these junglers also known for their early pressure and not so much their late game impact as much. We'll see if they can find anything more to do here in the early game. We're going to see Cinderhulk versus a completed Warrior Enchant for Rush's Lee Sin.
Yeah, that burst damage coming from Rush is going to be something we have to respect. Xiao Wei Xiao has gone with the cooldown reduction boost, by the way, which has steadily been gaining popularity.
Yeah,
not just
seems standard on him now.
Yeah, not just the Twisted Fate either. Let's see though if his second ultimate will be more consequence than the first. It's already back up.
Well, he's got a 2-minute without Corki flash.
True. Could try and go back to Corki. The bottom lane seems really, really difficult to go for, and they're roaming up right now anyway.
Ooh, just out of range. Xiao Wei Xiao not forced to burn any summoners. If that had landed, though, I think he would have died. Nice try for sure. He could have R-flashed there, by the way.
True.
And that actually likely would have landed.
Tell him how it is. Yeah, it's pretty much always worth it to go for the ability flash move as well, because at worst, they flash after your ability connects. So not only do you trade flashes, but you get the effect of your ability landing, which is
the root
a big damage, maybe a root, maybe a slow, and oftentimes you'll even be able to secure the kill plus their flash. So,
all right, well, Rush
don't be
looking aggressive, jumps the wall. gets caught up by the pink ward he was on, and Dignitas run away. But keep in mind, their jungler and mid laner are coming. This could be a 3v4 shortly with Xiao showing up late. Rush is now cut off on both sides. His W is still down. Spell shield good, but the Pulverize still comes through. Apollo down to half HP already. TP comes in from Impact, and the kickback knocks down Gamsu. What a great kill picked up. Xiao's in, stuns Kiwikid, but not the best target, of course. Impact still is too tired to be Mega Gnar, but the chain CC will lock down Kiwikid. He's going to try to flash over the wall. He gets away for a second, but still goes down to Impact at 2-0.
That's that 5 members of Impulse can appear anywhere on the map factor that we talked about in Champion Select. That's what their whole team comp is built around, is that type of play. You could tell when Rush did not immediately try and run away. He just kind of hung around up on top of the ledge. They're not looking to run away. They're trying to bait you in and suck down as many members as they can. There goes the Dragon on top of it for Impulse. So Dragon plus turret plus the kills, and the globals pay off.
And that's exactly why top laners bring teleport. Corki couldn't show up in this fight. He's running up there with heal.
Exactly. Kiwikid does get the combo, and they get the equalizer, but just too many players on Team Impulse. Rush goes in, the kickback with his flash, take down the turret, and enables them to continue the charge here, grab the extra kill.
All right, so beautiful stuff here in Team Impulse, now sitting on a nice, sizable lead here. The Dragon down, all of the Dignitas lane assignments have started to falter a little bit. And Apollo is happy to run top lane, and he can start knocking some turrets down. Plenty of gold on him. BF Sword Pickaxe is all the turret killing power you need on an AD carry.
Remember, because Shen was bottom lane, they didn't even have to use the Shen ultimate in that last play either, so they still have another global to use. Rare miss there from Rush.
Yeah, narrow sidestep as well, slightly by Kiwikid. I believe that was thrown through Fog of War.
Got vision on it.
This one lands. What happened to taking the Q, Rush? Take the risky play. Make it look cool.
Well, it looks like he's going to go try and help Xiao. Xiao looks like he needs it too. 3 members converging on him. Will they hit the ultimate this time?
Yep, there's the R-Flash. Shuttle comes in, but here comes Helios. Goodbye! Kill comes through, but Rush has arrived. Rush is going to kill Shifter, and now Dignitas are stuck on the wrong side of this one. The team is coming down to pin them off.
Kiwikid's leading the charge, though. He's taking a lot of damage on the exit. He has ultimate, but
a big combo to the back line. Apollo gets exploded. Kill goes to Helios. Gamsu arrives as well, and Dignitas ready to turn things around. 2-0 so far in this
Xiao
trade.
has ultimate once he gets back up. He would have to like buy home guards or something to get back out there on in time, but
got Alacrity boots.
Whoa, he's already upgraded them. Okay, so he's got flat move speed upgrade instead of distortion on a flash ghost. All right.
Yeah, he's going.
They really talk about mobility for this.
418 move speed.
I have to say though, the distortion for a double, flash ghost there's so much value in that.
But I guess he values the move speed all the time as opposed to having a ghost for it. So, oh wow, okay, Kiwikid not in the best of spots right now. Very low on health, stunned up, taunted. He's pretty low. Somebody he'll buys a bit more time. A big pulverize, a lot of AoE. Core JJ casts an equalizer himself, and now Gamsu in a really bad spot. Flamespitter Zombie taking a whole lot of damage. The re-engage by Helios shut down to Core JJ, traded back by Xiao, who has arrived with the ulti and the ghost.
Look at that,
more kills
everybody's here
still
again.
for Team Impulse.
And Shifter was trying to walk up. There's no way you can match Impulse in cross-match plays when they draft a team like this. And Shifter walking up halfway from the mid lane. Not only was he not able to join the fight, but he wasn't able to take down the mid turret, so they don't really get anything for that play. Only a little bit of damage. Maybe a minion wave goes for maybe 3+ kills here on Impulse. That ward there. Rush actually played that pretty well. Poker face as he walked up straight to the minion line and then dashed over to Kiwikid, not giving away that he had a ward and vision on him. But there's the collapse. Impulse able to burn Kiwikid down even through the ultimate, and Xiao makes his way up there with the ghost on top of his Alacrity boosted kicks.
Overall scoreline 3-1. Shifter, 1 death, 1 assist. Just hasn't been a part of this game because no one's ganking mid. They're just leaving mid and going somewhere else, and Xiao's been a part of more than half of his team's kills.
All right, so try and keep. Dignitas really have their work cut out for them as far as timers for this game. They got to keep track of a lot of summoners, as well as
global teleports.
2 global teleports. Shen's is back up. Don't know if they're aware of this or not.
Impulse are, and that's about it.
Especially with the frequency with which Impulse start fights.
This is
it's
pretty
really
creepy.
hard to keep track of what was used.
Helios is flashless. EQ are up. The whole
They've got all
team is
5
in
people.
for the invade. Yeah,
They
it looks
just
like
have
they're going to be
everyone
okay.
for once.
But here's the teleports coming in. Corte J already at half. Equalizer hits on the 2. Corte J goes down to Rush. That's Adrian also helping out with the Stand United. So far, Impulse are alive. A double kill for Rush. 1 traded back finally, but Helios is the 3rd kill. A triple for Rush, but he's going to kick him back. He's 1 hit away from dead. Shifter takes him down. A double kill for the Varus.
Worth it.
And here's the backline pressure. A kill for Apollo. Kiwi Kid has flash, but he's so low on health, he's not going to survive this one. A double kill for Apollo. Another big fight for Impulse.
Yeah, Corte J with the nosedive into the back of the red buff pit. Impulse able to clean up in their own jungle. Woo. They finally had 5 people there. Shifter from the mid lane only had to walk 1 screen down, but the single arrow wasn't able to turn the tides there. Didn't keep track of his ultimate. I think it was still down.
Who's?
Shifter? Maybe it was used in that fight.
Nah, Varus hold such a low cooldown, it's up every fight. It must have been used on something. I didn't see it myself, but...
Two spread out. That fight was drawn out over the entire red buff jungle. Let's see if we can spot it here. All right. So they got 4 people surrounded. Shifter's on his way. He's pretty late. Corte is dead by the time he gets here, actually. So 1 arrow through. There's the ultimate. They do secure the kill on Adrian with it. But that means that Gamsu is left 1 versus 4 and taken down. This is one of those plays that Rush talks about where he's looking to take the chance there. And with his kick, he sacrifices his own life, but he secures 2 more kills for the team.
Yeah, really slick stuff. And a good chase down. So Team Impulse sitting on a 6-kill lead. They're up 3 turrets as well. Dignitas have really no objectives to speak of here. It's already a 6,000 gold lead 17 minutes in. That is a very massive advantage to have.
Yeah, and that was the last of the outer turrets that went down after that fight. So now the map is completely wide open for Impulse to make plays anywhere they want to. It's so difficult now for Team Dignitas to come back because they can't venture out onto Summoner's Rift without going as 5. Well, they're under siege right now, so they have a pretty clear indicator of where to go right now.
And Impulse were already there as 5. That bot lane tier 2 is down to about 1/3 health. And they can switch back up to mid. Shower Shell's already pushed that one in. Dignitas getting absolutely outmaneuvered throughout this map. Mid lane's untouched. They didn't know where to go. They went bot lane. It's not bot lane, it's mid lane. And lose more turret health there.
A little bit chunk taken out of mid. Now a little bit of a chunk taken out of bottom as Apollo's still over on that side. Dignitas being drawn back and forth. They're able to starve them of vision for the entire map as well. The last ward expires from Team Dignitas that was on Team Impulse side of the map. And now they are completely dark. The only way they can make a play is with rushing 5 members down a lane and hoping that Team Impulse played the team fight poorly. Otherwise, it's up to Impulse. They can pick and choose every single engage.
Yeah, that's what the comp is built for. It's, again, the persistent damage not that high. Like an equal gold team fight would probably be just fine for Team Dignitas with double marksman and a rumble, but Impulse off a big gold lead and the ability to pick fights all the time. Nothing really Dignitas can do easily here. Impulse keep all the waves pushed up. Xiao able to fluidly switch lanes as well, right? They have a teleport as well as a global TP from Xiao. Like, they can be anywhere they want. They can pick whatever lane assignments they want and still contest all the objectives. In case you ever want to match resistances or lane types.
You have to be careful as Team Dignitas trying to pick any one member off. Even if Xiao is split pushing, you got to worry about the Shen ultimate as well as Gnar teleport coming off cooldown very quickly here. Even Apollo has been using Sivir ultimate just to get to fights.
Sure. Why wouldn't you? Sister Nice, he's got 4 of them. The kill leader, probably properly so, is Rush here with 6. Still 100% kill participation. I don't know if we're going to be back in the days of Lee Sin being a must-ban against this team, but no one else really plays him. Rush showing that he's still quite good.
see how Impulse actually trying to finish this one out, because they do have superb control of neutral objectives, and they have the dragon stacking already going in their favor. So they can play it more cautiously now, and a dive is pretty much the only thing they want to avoid right now. They should probably just continue to try and split at least 2 lanes and draw Dignitas apart from each other. The only thing Impulse want to avoid is the Wombo combo of Varus and Rumble ultimates, with Jarvan Cataclysm. Up, they're going to do the 1-4 split push and take down this bottom turret.
Nicely done.
Global gold earned for themselves as they spread Dignitas thin.
Impulse doing a very good job of continuing to keep the pressure on. It's very controlled, though. They haven't really overstepped their bounds in a very long time. The fights they do take have been quite clean, and they've, even though Rush said we'd rather fight them than take their Nexus, well, they're taking the turrets pretty cleanly.
I think it's fight them and then take their Nexus.
Yeah.
That's how you play League of Legends. I like Team Dignitas, though. They have to be, careful. Sometimes you get really frustrated when you're trapped inside your base like this.
Yeah.
And you end up going for a super high risk play without everyone on the same page. They need that type of play. They need Kiwi Kid to pull out a crazy combo and, Shifter and Gemsu to be able to capitalize on top of it. But if they make one more misstep, Impulse are going to rush straight into the base. Good move right here, though. They're able to push up and grab some global gold for themselves. The first turret of the game for Team Dignitas taken down. Some much needed gold for the coffers.
So Dignitas finally showing a couple of signs of life, where they do still sit down 7,000 gold here. We've seen them, though. They've had so many games like this where Team Dignitas are slowly losing the game, and then one big misstep and Dig takes the game completely over. Their win against Team Solo Mid in the first half of the slate was just like that. One big misstep meant the game ended. Team Impulse going for a slightly risky play of this Baron. And
Dignitas have an idea here. They've used their teleport already. Rumble's headed over.
Only Helios around. His presence going to stop the engage, but here comes the TF ulti in towards Helios. A hard engage for the jungler. He's going to be able to EQ out, and there's the big Varus ulti. A little poke on Adrian, but not enough to really knock him down. Mega Gnar is there. Kiwi Kid forced to pop his own ulti as well. A couple of cooldowns burned, but nothing gained.
Kiwi Kid burning that ultimate and taking half his life and harass. Impulse could actually revisit the Baron bait right now.
Yeah, they haven't taken any damage, you're right.
They're actually shoving up mid instead. I feel like they should revisit the bait.
This is the kind of situation Dignitas maybe lives for, is if they misstep, maybe something good comes through. More poke on an impact. He's got no health regen.
Well, there goes your window for Impulse. Can't revisit the bait now. They have to give up map control. Way too much poke landed.
Yeah.
There's no magic resist on impact either, so, well, aside from Merc Treads. So the Core JJ Rockets are really doing a lot of work.
And yeah, this is huge as well. 6% more attack damage for Shifter. Team Dignitas off of a too aggressive Baron call. The poke landing, a sign of life coming through for the red team.
You see, my problem is not even with that Baron call. My problem is with the reaction.
The follow-up back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
after
fair.
they chased him off of it. I mean, they had complete vision control. Yes, he used their TF ultimate, but they gave up so much for nothing mid. By going mid and taking that poke, they lose Dragon and, well, that was double pink warded at Baron, so they didn't have time to clear both of them.
There, reason a bit too pink wards down. 10 auto attacks, a little bit too many here for these guys, but mid lane once again cleared first. Kiwi Kid flash engages, goes for impact, the root is on, they're gonna knock down Gnar as fast as they can, but a big kickback buys some more time. Impact is almost mega, and a lot of damage to the back line. Rush in the front, they get the kill on Kiwi Kid, who is still ultless. 2 kills come through for Impulse, Helios is the third. Rush flashing under the turret to make this happen. Apollo, maybe a bit too far forward, but still a fight won by Impulse 3-0.
Holy moly. They took out all the minions really quick in mid lane as well. All right, well, that fight,
Jeez, out of nowhere.
Let's take that replay again, because Kiwi Kid with the initiation, I don't think Gemsu was immediately in range for the ultimate, because that's the combo they really want. If you get someone locked down in AoE like that, they want the Rumble immediately on top of them. Xiao Xiao flashed out, though, as soon as he regained control of his character.
Yeah. He just ulted for a Valkyrie from the Corki, so nothing in this one. All right.
All right. But how far away is Rumble? Gamsu's right there.
That's in range.
Yeah, he just didn't want to do it until Varus ultimate landed, I guess. It was still decent because he got Adrian and Rush, but everybody else was able to pull out. Apollo comes in and speed boosting the entire team. They're all running away here.
Yeah.
Except Shifter. All of Dignitas in evacuation mode.
There's actually what I think is a big misplay by Helios. As full tank Jarvan tried to chase Impact, like put the ult on him, threw the EQ at him, threw a bunch of auto attacks at him, and it's like, you're not going to kill tank Gnar who's stacking armor.
Yeah,
And
they needed
there for the rest of the team.
They needed a front line to allow the double marksman full uptime on auto attacks.
Yeah, they could have got the kill on Adrian probably with that.
If you run double AD champions like that, you have to have a good front line that's able to buy them 100% uptime for DPS. Otherwise, you get nothing but squishy targets running away towards the turret, and they got taken out. Chased down by Silver Speed.
Well, over the wall Impact, not part of this fight.
Rush pauses.
Then resumes with the ding.
Round 2.
Yep. Only round 2? I feel like there's been a lot of rounds so far with Lisa and Safeguards. Round 75. Rush looking for his next victim. Still 100% kill participation, 7, 2, and 8 on this Warrior Enchant Lee Sin. Randuin's and Locket keep the team safe. Shifter and Core JJ continue to attempt to poke what they can.
Civ are getting really scary here.
Yeah, 2.5 items is a lot of damage at this point in the game.
All comes out in AoE too.
TF still pushing the top side. This top lane tier 2 is uncontested. This is going to be a free turret kill.
Bottom, I mean, side wave controls is so easy with this team comp for Impulse, but yeah, they have it perfectly manipulated. Bottom draws down the teleport, so they get this top turret for free.
Really nicely played. And the thing is, even true to Team Impulse, they still have 15 kills. Like we saw Teammate versus TSM about this slow, about this sort of objective focused, and it was like 6 kills to 2. We got 15 kills to 6, man. Impulse going hard whenever they can.
Dignitas too. Dignitas have been initiating, as we saw in the mid lane. Even when they were down like 8k gold, they decided to initiate.
It was just unfortunate you mentioned Kiwi Kid's ulti being down. In that fight, he was missing it by about 10 seconds. That was little like aggression by TIP meant the next fight was fought without Unbreakable Will, and suddenly Alistair's a killable champion again.
That ultimate is just so ridiculously strong. Fighting without it removes your biggest frontline threat. Whoa. Plenty of Quink boards still around Baron for Impulse. Still unable to successfully bait Baron and draw out Team Dignitas for that TF engage.
Man, but throughout all these movements around the map of the team fights, we're at an 11,000 gold lead for Team Impulse before 30 minutes. I mean, a absolutely massive margin for these guys to make up what they maybe could have lacked in team fight stats. Not going to be a difficulty for them here at all. You see Dragon in 1 minute. This would be the movement speed buff for them. That's not about it and a half for Team Impulse. Bot lane got pushed in all the way. Top tier 2 already dead.
Maybe now is the time for they're looking for the dive. Impact is going to run out of Meganar real soon though.
But it's scary enough that Dignitas give away mid lane tier 2 and the gold lead balloons even further. Now it's 12,500 gold.
Yeah. TF Ultimate buys them another secondary turret. Looks
well played.
Apollo going to be able to go over back to Baron and try and clear out some points. I feel like it's time to do a never mind, they're just going to go for the flank.
Right away, they switch targets though. Gamsu gets locked up enough that he's going to flash away. Doesn't equalizer until just now, but he's still going to go down. Whiffs the equalizer on the wrong side of the fight, and here comes the dive. A beautiful kickback on Shifter. Rush trying to get away. He will survive this. Core JJ on the run out. Team Impulse go for the push. Gigantic damage from Lynchbane Gold card with stacked deck on it. You're going to see mid lane falling very fast.
All right, that should definitely be an inhibitor. Then retreat back to grab the Baron. There's no time to push on any Nexus turrets, and you do not want to overextend for Nexus turrets, by the way. They are worth very little gold and experience now, and are pretty much just a trap for allowing the other team to come back. So Impulse, correct decision here. Run straight over to Baron. They still have plenty of wards up. They can take it pretty easily.
A3 and a Shao Wei Shao. Aw.
Rumble does have teleport though, so Gamsu might be able to come in and get one of those miracle equalizers.
And Helios has flash as well as a sight stone, so he might be able to ward and make this with the flag he sees. That looks like his sight stone is out of charges, so he can only use the flag to spot this.
Oh!
Goes in. Rush gets the secure on Baron. Goodbye, Helios. Another kill for Apollo here. TF ulti burned, and they're going to go for maybe some more picks, or at least the mid lane being pressured out. Impulse even farther in control.
All right, well, with Baron buff, they should have no trouble pushing over to finish this one. Dragon number 3 could be taken up along the way, give them that extra move speed. But a very, very easy end game here for Team Impulse.
Yeah.
Giant lead as well as Baron buff to work with. So many lanes they can push with Baron empowered minions. They're just going to poke around with an objective they have no business taking.
Yeah. I'm okay with them looking and seeing if Impulse misplays it, but
I mean,
they rightly back up.
yeah, Nara's got teleport. You get caught in that jungle, you are toast.
Very true. All right, so Dignitas did sneak the one dragon earlier in the game, so they have at least some combat stats for that one, but otherwise a very large deficit for these people. Void Staff from Gamsu is 400 gold away. That will actually be a sizable damage increase for him with the Leandry's already done. We are on 5.12 still this week, by the way, so the Leandry's changes and whatnot not in until next week's LCS games.
Yep.
This is not a 300 ability power rumble. It's only 216.
Man, and just remember how important this game is for Team Impulse as well. With teammates win, hot on their heels. This game right now is Impulse keeping a hold of their playoff spot, trying to put more distance between them and the bottom teams.
And it only puts them one win away from second place as well. They'll go up to 8, and where TSM and Liquid are at 9.
That's true. Everybody's so congested up at the top.
And it's going to be the jump in towards Goodbye. Goodbye, Gamsu. Goodbye. Ryan Pack's going to kill you. The jump back on a Shao Wei Shao, but the taunt going to buy some time from Adrian. Still a shutdown goes to Core JJ, and Shao Wei Shao maybe a little bit overextended. A kill for Kiwi Kid. Adrian still taunting up, and here comes the rest of the team. Apollo is here for his second kill. Can't quite find his third. Kiwi Kid buys some time, and actually kills keep trading back and forth, but it still ends up being, I believe, a triple kill for Apollo. The minions are here. The game is going to end. The 2 versus 1. Helios will not defend this, and Team Impulse knocked down another playoff team. Their 4th win in a row. They have not lost a game in the last half of the split. And Team Impulse will win a 33-minute win. The final ace with Rush securing his 8th kill of the game.
Smiting Helios down. 8-2-13 for that Rush Lee Sin with the Tiamat by the end.
Oh, man. All right. That's just style.
If you're getting that far ahead, then you can go for damage.
All right, well, what a great game by Impulse. An aggressive one, a very fun one to watch, a fun one to cast as well, and this means they improve to 8-5 right now. Tied now with the Dignitas, who are also at 8 wins and 5 losses. Should put them all around 4th place here, as Team Liquid and Team Solamid sit at 9 and Gravity sits at 10. The top of the table kind of all just moved up a little bit today.
I can't get over those Shao glasses. I love it. New haircut, new glasses, he's styling. On the other side, though,
Dignitas have lost now 3 of their last 4. They were the only win to give TDK a win. We thought maybe that means TDK is good. What if that means that instead it's Dignitas slipping? Their only win so far in the back half has been Team 8. And they're typically not difficult opponents, honestly. And they've lost to Team Liquid, they lost to TDK, they lost to Impulse. They play Cloud9 tomorrow. That is a game that Dignitas cannot afford to lose here. The playoff race still does exist. If Team 8 can play as well as they did today when they're beating Team Solamid, maybe they're a real contender. That's still only a 3-game difference between Team 8 and...
They just took out
the bottom side.
The former #1 team.
Yeah.
Gravity now stand alone at the top.
Yeah, it's 1 in first place, 2 tied for second, and then 3 all tied for 4th right there with Dignitas, Impulse, and CLG. And that is only a 3-game buffer between them and Team 8, who are right now the front runners of the out of that pack group, right? Trying to invade into the playoffs. 3 wins in 5 games is a tall order, though. Maybe these guys can feel safe if you assume they trade games back and forth, but you never know. The weird late game streaks can happen.
So I feel like we say it every single time Impulse play, but Sivir for Team Impulse.
Yeah.
Shouldn't give them that. I mean, that is the type of game that they like to play. Yes, they were able to find more mobility tools for themselves. Not just the Sivir, but I gotta think that that's number one thing you're pointing to.
I mean, that was what the setup was, though, right? As Dignitas saw the champions coming in, they said, "Okay, you get Sivir, we get Alistair and Rumble." And to be fair, I mean, those are some good pickups, but Impact looked fine on Nara, and Agent looked fine on Shen. Like, I'm actually curious to see what the bot lane tier list really looks like, though, when Shen's obviously good, Nautilus is obviously good, Alistair's obviously good. And if you're not banning those, it seems like teams don't care to trade these back and forth, and that Alistair takeaway is not an important part of champ select anymore.
There's no replacement for Sivir.
No, you're right. There is no replacement for Sivir. Ashe is the closest and does not really compare in that regard. So something maybe teams should watch out for. We should probably go back to Impulse Sivir bans. We'll see, though. But for more, we're going to send it down to Riv on the blue side.
I don't know, man. Not if people like to ban Sivir against Impulse. These guys get it every time. Another one and another win coming out of the jungle. I'm here with Rush now for Team Impulse as he played in another amazing game. Rush, my first question to you is pretty much for the team. You guys have really patched things up in the early game. Where is this confidence coming from, and what's new with the team? You guys have been playing so well.
요즘 들어서 팀이 너무 잘하시는데 이런 자신감은 어디서 나오시는 거고 뭐가 달라졌는지 좀 설명해 주세요.
일단 저희 팀에 솔로큐 1등과 2등 선수가 있고 그냥 요즘 연습할 때도 다 열심히 하고 이제 어느 정도 커뮤니케이션 문제도 점점 나아지고 있어서 그런지 성적이 잘 나오는 것 같아요.
So first of all, we have number 1 and number 2 in solo queue on our team, and secondly, we worked hard, practiced hard, and our communication improved a lot. So I think that's where confidence is coming from.
Well, the hard work is definitely paying off. I want to ask you a question about your Nidalee and Lee Sin. Why are you so comfortable on these champions, and why do you think other junglers aren't going to pick them up for the competitive play?
왜냐면은 사실 제가 다른 렉사이나 그라가츠 같은 탱커형 정글러를 정말 못하는 건 아닌데 리신 니달리를 고집하는 이유는 이 챔피언들은 실수를 하지 않으면 정말 강력해요. 그러니까 뭔 소리냐면 실수를 하면 약해질 수 있지만 실수 안 하면 강해진다는 점이 저는 이걸 좋아하고 다른 선수들을 선호하지 않는 이유인 것 같아요.
So it's not that I can't play Rek'Sai and Gragas, all these tanky jungle champions, but Lee Sin and Nidalee, if you can play them perfectly and don't make any mistake, like that's where the like competitive edge coming from, and I am confident that I can make those plays.
Well, your confidence definitely shines through, as well as you said, with the team and your placement in solo queue and into the competitive games. Tomorrow, Team 8, they just took down Team Solo Mid. Rush, how are you feeling about that game?
사실 저희 팀이 스프링 때도 1라운드 때 4승 5패라고 2라운드 때 7승 2패를 했는데 그때 2패를 했던 팀이 우연인데 이게 정말 디그니타스랑 팀메이트예요. 근데 이번에 팀에서 다시 만나게 돼서 이번에는 그냥 다시 부셔주고 싶어요.
4승 5패랑 7승 2패
저번 시즌 1라운드랑 2라운드요. 1라운드 때 4승 5패하고 2라운드 때 7승.
So last season in the first round we were 4 and 5, and then second round 7 and 2, and those two games that we lost were against Team 8 and Dignitas. So it's like what a coincidence. So yeah.
Well, best of luck in your games. Congratulations on the victory today, and best of luck tomorrow. Thank you very much, Sunny, for the translation as well. We're going to throw it to the analyst desk to break down the rest of the day.
Thank you, Riv and Impulse. As Kobe had mentioned, securing a very important victory for them as they make this run for playoffs. But I want to key into something that Rush said during that interview, which is that he looks at these aggressive champions like Lee Sin and Nidalee as an opportunity to gain an advantage if he can play them properly. And I think that's a really interesting way to look at these champions, whereas other junglers are shying away from them.
Yeah, it's kind of the margin for error. If you play it perfectly, you're going to get a huge advantage, and you have to keep the pressure on for a very long time. That's the big thing about Lee Sin and Nidalee. You can't take your foot off the gas because then the other team catches up to you. Whereas other junglers, when you're tanky and caught out, you have a larger margin for error. You're not going to get blown up in team fights. And you can see Rush in a lot of those team fights got very low, and he even sacrificed himself sometimes to actually allow the follow-up. So he had to play perfectly, and this was a great example of a great game from him. He had 100% kill participation for the majority of this game.
Up until that final fight.
He fell off, but that was it. Otherwise, it's just an immaculate game from him, and we've seen a lot of those. So he's not afraid to take the game into his own hands, and I love seeing that in a jungler.
So it makes you wonder then, with this in mind, this idea that you can gain an advantage through playing, one of these champions very well. As we move into the postseason, and you're going up against tougher opponents, naturally, and you're moving into best-of-5 series where teams have more time to adapt and adjust strategies, is that a sustainable approach for a team to say, we're just going to go ham left and right and hope to execute perfectly?
It is sustainable, but you have to execute it perfectly. And in a best-of-5 environment, there are counters to it. You can draft appropriately. You can draft it with safe lanes and make sure they aren't exploitable. But there's a lot of adaptation there. It is sustainable more so against bottom teams. But like I said, against the top teams, it's just the margin for error. Even just playing against top teams becomes smaller and smaller. You can't make mistakes or else the game is over. And we saw that last playoffs too. When he'd pick the Lee Sin, when he'd pick the Nunu, and it wasn't going for him, and he made these tiny mistakes, the game just gets out of hand. You're going to snowball either direction. And it's like he said in his feature, I look really dumb when I do these plays, or I look like a god.
It's one or the other.
And he's totally fine with that, and I love seeing that.
Well, it seems or it appears that more often than not, he looks like a god. And it is working for them now. We'll see if they can expand their playbook as they move into the playoffs. Now, there are just 5 more games for each team to play, so let's take a look at the standings on that race to the playoffs. At the top of the table, we have a new leader. Gravity takes sole possession of first place with 10 wins and 3 losses. TSM drops into a tie for second with Team Liquid. Then in fourth, it's CLG, Team Dignitas, and Team Impulse. With their big upset today, Team 8 takes 7th, followed by Enemy Esports in 8th, and Cloud9 is in 9th place with Team Dragon Knights in last. We'll track all the movements after our 5 games tomorrow, starting with Enemy Esports versus Gravity. Then Cloud9 will take on Team Dignitas. In Game 4, Team Impulse will go up against Team 8, and we'll close out Week 7 with CLG versus Team Dragon Knights. Now, sitting in the 3 spot is our game of the week, TSM versus Team Liquid, in a battle for second place. So that's going to be a big one. That'll hit your stream tomorrow at noon Pacific, 9 p.m. Central European Summertime. Now for myself, the casters, and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and good night.
Whenever you talk about top teams in North America, Liquid can always be a part of that conversation. Phoenix back on the entire team. The bump on Ninja and Kez. They can't even put out the DPS. Seraph, Emperor, and Smoothie all now on the run. There's the Monsoon. Oh, bumps him back. Dominating with a nice explosive cast. We could get a deja vu here. Team Liquid take down TDK.
You guys will not listen now. I'm gonna go in. I'm knocked up. All right. Body, from the flash. Run, don't flash. Thank you, Rek'Sai. Nice. You keep on, Peter.
Displaced backwards. That's body drop instantly hitting the ground. Inox doesn't have a chance to breathe on this one either. Flares is the next target. Counter Logic Gaming takes down Enemy. Sneaky on the top side. Nobody's even focused on him. 100% HP, and he's still firing shots in.
Veins on me. Nice.
Victor. I'm on Victor.
Victor in the back.
Nice.
Victor's dead.
And I'll tell you all about it when I shut up.
Jake, what the hell, dude?
Oh, it's only hits 2. Santorin locked up. Will they get the kill? That's the first kill picked up. Calytros flashes out. Porpoise survives as well.
I got Ezreal. Ezreal. I can't.
Nice. Kill Darius.
Can we go ahead?
Kill Turtle.
Watch out.
An impressive victory. Teammate finally coming together. Triple for Rush, but he's going to kick him back. He's 1 hit away from dead. Shifter takes him down, a double kill, and a lot of damage in the back line. Rush in the front. They get the kill on Kiwi Kid, who is still ultless. 2 kills come through for Impulse. Helios is the third. Team Impulse have not lost a game in the last half of the split.